Hello, traders. It's your girl Gabby Trades here, back with the tea on what just moved the markets big time. And yep, it's got Trump written all over it. Let's break it down in plain English. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a breakdown. So, President Trump just dropped two bombs that completely shook Wall Street and got everyone buzzing. First up, he scrapped his super strict rule on AI chips exports that was making it tough for companies like Nvidia and AMD to sell chips overseas. Now, the old rule, which was Biden's rule, it was extremely complicated. The new Trump version, way more chill, easier to work with. So investors absolutely loved it. And Nvidia pumped 3%, AMD 1.8%, which is not bad at all. And if that wasn't enough, Trump also teased a big trade deal that's coming with the UK. So that's absolutely nothing final, actually, but this could mean smoother trade flows and maybe less drama in the markets. So let's see what happens. But these developments, of course, are coming amid like the ongoing concerns with stagflation and economic uncertainty, but the market is responding positively to the new administration to their latest moves, right? So me and the community yesterday watched the FOMC live together, and it was really fun, but we thought next time we rather watch a movie together. So put in the chat box any movie suggestions you guys have, because we're not planning on watching the next FOMC whatsoever. I think we're going to be the only ones that are going to have a nice time and watch a movie together. And yeah, we just want to have a chill time. So if you guys haven't joined the free Discord, by the way, you're missing out on the community. We are literally the best. You can find the link to do so in the chat box if you're live with me, or if you're watching after, in the description box or the comment section. Which reminds me, let's see who is here. All right, we have Sugar Cookie. My assistant is here today. Love to see it. Philip, Anupam, Samir, Diamond Eyes, Kuhn, everyone is here. Okay. Kuhn and I had great time last night. Who was also there yesterday? Sugar Cookie. Most of you guys were there, weren't you? So Sugar Cookie, you know what to do. You need to let me know how the music is before we get started. Rockfish is really enjoying my insights. Okay, that's very, very lovely to hear. Thank you so much. Okay, Sugar Cookie, I guess that means it's good, right? Okay. I like to keep that interactive, you guys, for anyone that's new here. So start chatting in the chat box, because the chat deletes and I can't see everything. Okay, Sugar Cookie says that it's super chill. That's great. All right, you guys, let's move in, because I've been locked in some trades before the stream. You know, it's kind of hard for me to trade and prepare the stream and everything, but I do it anyway because we're in major zones. But basically what happened yesterday is that the FOMC was literally absolutely nothing burger, right? We got a nothing burger. Crypto markets here. So it was super boring. Price didn't really move, didn't do anything much. We are really trading into a Trump market right now. Whatever this guy tweets, this is it. We have to go with it. It's absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like that. So basically what happened yesterday on our trade, that was from our sell zone down here. We were nicely banking profits, but we were hoping for more. So that trade, which I left running, I didn't put on break even, because I still am completely convinced that these areas need to hold. If they do, I need to be involved. So this one I hit stop loss on, which is fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. Now let's move on and see what happened. All right, so, okay, so that trade didn't work out. That's absolutely fine. Major buy zone down here, inverted fair value gap that didn't even get tapped into. We just absolutely exploded. The only thing that we respected yesterday was this 4-hour support down here. at 95,722. Like, how do I see these things? Well, I use my indicators for that kind of stuff. So let's say if I wasn't so married to my bias, this would have been a good entry down here after you have this massive injection candle to the upside. To be honest, the volume has been quite low. I'm pretty sure we can see the volume. This was the only candle actually that brought in any volume whatsoever, this one here. And then of course this selling candle came in with a lot of sell volume, but it's still relatively low, right? The volume is still relatively low. So that's not good, because we want to see volume, right? If we're gonna buy, we want to see some serious volume injected in the market. So that is just telling you that it's pretty much very thread carefully type of environment right now. Kim Perks, Gabby is super chill. Thank you guys. Let me know in the chat box, how are you doing? Did you catch the buys? I know we had Mark Bass yesterday. He was in a really good buy position, but he's a little bit inexperienced, so he closed a little early. This is what happens when you don't have experience. You tend to add to your losses instead of adding to your wins, right? Once you start winning, you tend to close instead of just like adding more to your position. That's something that requires a little bit more experience, right? And that's absolutely fine, because we're all here. We are all learning together. So just checking on my recent trades right now, let me update you up here. Everything posted on the Discord. If you guys haven't joined, you need to join. You know how to do it. All the links are available for you. So that's my recent short that I took today on Bitcoin, just a little bit before market open, because of several reasons. All right. So first of all, okay, how are we going to do this? Because you're not really going to see much. Should we go on the 12-hour? Let's go on the 12-hour. All right, so as I explained to you guys, if we get a body close above our fair value gap, it's a massive buy. And like we discussed, when you smash through the fair value gap like this, you're looking to take the high that created the fair value gap. If you can see, this was the candle here. Maybe if I take down that indicator, you'll see better, because it's important for you guys to see these things. So yeah, once we smash through the fair value gap like that, and now this is essentially our inversion, you need to take the high of the candle that created the fair value gap, basically the in-between candle, because fair value gaps are 3 candle formations, right? So we saw that happening. We saw the high taken. All right, all good. What else did we say? That when we have this sort of liquidity formation, like triangular liquidity formation, again with the help of my indicators, what do we know? Well, we know that this whole double top here, anything in between, this is a valid sell zone, right? A valid sell zone. In an ideal situation, within that, with a fair value gap, is just a perfect short entry, which was basically what I was trying to play yesterday before we got this massive move up. All right, so now that we've taken our high that we were supposed to take, what are we looking for? Well, I can tell you it's only buys from here, in my opinion. And I told you yesterday, this is going to be my breaking point, right? So the thing with this right now is that we've broken the sell zone, right? We've broken the sell zone with a body close, quite substantial body close. So that is now suggesting to us that we are in a space of where market is very bullish, right? And the sell zone is not holding. So that sell order block is now essentially what we would consider as a breaker block, right? That's a very, very high time frame breaker block. So it's really, really valid for us to look at that as holding, or like looking for potential entries to re-enter long. All right, cool. What else do we see here of what's happening right now? Assessing the situation like we are. Well, we've taken the high, all good. This is the red, dotted line here. Now we have 12-hour support as well. That's sitting up here. How do I know that? Well, I know that with the help of my indicators. right? With the help of my indicators, this is how I know that this should now hold as support. So ideally, what I want to play here is from this sell zone, a drop down to our 12-hour support down here, from where I will be cutting some of my position, leaving a runner, and then hedging long, right? Because essentially what happens right now from here on, you guys, what happens from here on is there is nothing that I'm interested in trading in between here, like in between 99,000 and 100 and 203,000 Bitcoin. There is nothing that I'm interested in trading because there is absolutely nothing there. The first thing that I see is the sell zone up here, right? The sell zone up here, right? This is a massive sell order block, another one that we've created on a high time frame. Again, in combination with a fair value gap, for me, that's a really strong zone to take profits on any buys that I managed to catch here, right? So I'm going to be looking for something like this, a very, very, very shallow retrace, and then I want to see price travel to here. So that's what I'm looking for. And then of course here I'm going to be cutting more profits, and then I'll be looking at leaving a runner, because essentially on a daily time frame, the all-time high for Bitcoin is liquidity. And I told you guys, in a scenario where we don't respect this sell zone, right, and we don't retrace substantially from the liquidity up here, I am going to turn extremely bullish. And this is pretty much what's happening right now. That's pretty much what we're seeing, okay? A lot of people, I can tell you what's going to happen, right? A lot of people are going to look for a little bit of deeper retrace, which is absolutely possible, right? A lot of people would be thinking, okay, this is the previous weekly high. This was the the breaking point. People are going to wait for a retrace to the previous weekly high, which is 97,788, and then they will look to add to their position here. But market is too strong. I don't think that we're going to come down and and retest that area before we come up. Now, the reason why I'm going to leave a runner is because of that. And also, if market is super bullish, it should to some aspect respect, right, the 0.5 of the Asia high and Asia low, which is here, right? I don't know if you guys can see that well, but Asia high, Asia low here. So we want to see the 0.5 hold, and essentially, right, this is going to be a gift. This is going to be a bit too deep of a retracement, but we'll see. Maybe it's going to hold, maybe not. Now, I'm going to tell you also what's my idea in case we start breaking down. Now, if we start breaking down from here, because this is a massive break zone, right? If we start actually dropping down from here, where am I looking to take shorts from here on, right? So first the first thing I want to see is this resistance over here. Sorry, support. Now it's going to be support. That's on a 4-hour time frame. Let's make a different color then. Let's make a different color. All right. This support here on a 4-hour time frame, I want to see price trade through it. This is going to be my first bearish signal, right? And then we have the inverted fair value gap, which is a very good entry for entering, re-entering in long positions. So if that doesn't hold, right? If we break through the 75,738, and then if we break through the 95K, this is where I'll be like, okay, we're going lower, right? This is going to be a moment where I'm going to reassess if we're going lower. And by that time, we would have broken already structures on a lower time frame, so I can then draw my fib tool and find out where am I currently standing in this price leg that has developed. right? So this is going to be a bullish price leg. So you know what we're going to look after that. We're going to look at our 0.5, 0.236, 0.786 to determine what levels we can enter from. Okay, let's come and see our short-term trade today, how it's doing. All right, market is slowing down a little bit. For me, it's really important to take that win down here because that is going to cover my loss from the trade from yesterday. So, Follis is here. Yay. Oh my God. All right. Big pressure. Big pressure. Big traders here. Big pressure. You guys, if you haven't followed Follis, go ahead and follow him. He has his own YouTube channel. I think he's streaming mostly on Twitch. He's an absolute legend. So yeah, I'm so happy he is watching me right now. Follis, am I gonna hit take profit on this trade? Can you let me know, please? What do you think? Because Follis always says, if market pumps at New York Open, we are selling. So is that considered a pump, Follis? According to you, like this market open candle here, is that a pump? Am I safe in this short? Because to be honest, I really need to win this right now. Okay, so let's give Follis a little bit of background on our strategy, right, and what we do. Let's see. All right, cool. So Follis, basically what we have been doing, right, on a 4-hour time frame since the beginning of times is we had this double formation liquidity, right, on using my indicators. So we basically waited for price to come and clear that low where we took buys from, and then it dropped down and cleared the low one more time from where we had this formation here, and we started pumping to the upside, and we were aiming for this liquidity at the 95K Bitcoin. So from there, we were really looking at this huge 12-hour order block, right? This huge order block here on the 4-hour time frame, where we also had a fair value gap within that order block. So we were hoping to catch some sales from here. And of course, our invalidation was a close above the fair value gap over here, a body close, which we got because then we knew that this high is going to be taken. So now that that happened and we're here in that extremely sensitive area, I think from here, all am I looking for is buys on a very small retrace. Right, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. We're trading in a Trump market right now, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. Besides, the all-time high is liquidity, and the other sell zone that I'm looking at is going to be at around $103,000 Bitcoin. Right, that's the other point of where I'm going to look for a small sell. It's not going to be massive because I know that the all-time high is liquidity, and if we're trading so nearby it, the retracement is not going to be that deep. So this is what I'm pretty much expecting, right? What else? All right, let's look at ETH BTC because that was absolutely crazy. Follis, lots of headline risk in the market right now. New trader paradise, but TA taking a back seat sometimes. I agree. Yeah, because my new traders in my channel that are like super unexperienced, they have been doing so well right now. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely, you know, beginner's luck because the market is extremely sensitive right now. So on ETH BTC, we're moving towards our liquidity finally. We broke out a little bit more seriously from our zone that we had marked since, I don't know, for so long, months now, okay? This is not from now, this is from way back that we have this marked. Final breakout, it's looking really good. If we look at Bitcoin dominance as well, look at Bitcoin dominance. It's like to the T. Remember what we spoke about. We want our levels here to be hit, and that is going to be the moment where you start looking at alts. Unfortunately for me, all of this happens, of course, when I sleep, but that doesn't mean that it's late. It's not late. We're absolutely early right now, because if this really is the only tap that we're going to see in our 0.786 of our huge price leg for Bitcoin dominance. You guys, it's only buys from here for alts, really. If that truly holds, this is going to be super amazing, because that means that from here we're looking at 54%, we're looking at 44%, but that's very, very positive as of now, because literally that was our first tab into the zone that we've been discussing for so long now on Bitcoin dominance. This is the first tab, all right. So lots of liquidity to the downside also on Bitcoin dominance. It's looking good. It's looking good. Alts are absolutely exploding. Cetus is the one that we had our eye on, right? Completely smashed through. Let's go on a lower time frame, see if we can find something. Cetus. Yeah, so pretty much from here, it's like, okay, let's see if we have the immediate liquidity up somewhere. It honestly looks absolutely great, you guys. I'm just going to be looking for entries at any opportunity I get on here. Even though that could be a lower high over here, it's still fine for me. It's still fine. So I think for Cetus, let's have a look. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, even now it's bullish. Like, what I'm gonna be waiting for is to take the 4-hour high over here, and then to see what my 4-hour strategy tells me in terms of like the fractal closes, if we're going to see any sort of retrace. But yeah, you have the first inversion down here, so I mean, it could be like a very shallow pullback to test that zone again and then explode. Like, that would be nice for short-term entries. What else we were looking at? GRT, also still bullish. Looking absolutely great. The liquidity to the upside on that is just, it's worth it, right? It's so worth it. So essentially what you want to be looking at is how this candle closes right now. What is the imbalance created within this move, and is there something that you can re-enter from, right? Because the way you'll be looking at it right now is that this is going to be your low up here, right? This is going to be your low. If I can manage that correctly. Yeah, so this is going to be your low, and where is going to be your high? You need to follow candle by candle. This is going to be your high, right up here. So then essentially what you want to do is you want to find a retrace from specifically this area that we're reaching in right now. Discord invite links in your bio and chat are invalid. How is that possible? I literally just created them. Yeah, we can fix that, I guess. Can we fix that right now? Let's have a look. You know, the funny thing is, like, a lot of people like join, but then they don't verify, and I have to do them manually. So okay, let's have a look if I can help you guys with this. Then I'd have to go in my profile, because I have to sign in order to... All right, here. Would it allow me to do that? Yes. Okay, link is in the chat box. We'll fix the other stuff later. So yeah, essentially this is your high, this is your low for GRT. What you want to do is you want to find your order blocks and your fair value gaps, which are just here. So this is pretty much going to be an area where you'll be looking for a pullback, right, to continue lower, and then find an entry from here. But right now, I'm not interested in trading, to be honest, because all I'm interested in seeing is how this whole thing works and whether this is going to be a pullback from here. Because if it's not, then that would mean that I need to reassess everything and find potential entries maybe on Friday. Because like lately, Fridays have been updates for us, right? We've had a lot of updates on Friday, but this one would have been very nice for me. Not good, not good. All right, let's move to NASDAQ and see what's happening real quick. All right, NASDAQ is still bullish, okay? So we've had our 20K zone. We've broken through it quite substantially. Now what I'm expecting is to return back to it, hit take profit on the Bitcoin trade, and then reverse to take the high on NASDAQ. This is what I want to see, right? Bit of divergence here with S&P 500. S&P 500 is showing that it's bearish right now. And S&P 500 has just pretty much reached our daily resistance. So this is a very touch and go situation right now, because this is our major daily resistance up here at 5,722. So would market just go and continue down? Because essentially what you're looking at here is lower high, right? This is not a higher high. This is a lower high. So, you know, even though it looks very, very bullish, it could as well just drop. Could you chart gold? Yes, absolutely. We've charted gold last week. So this was it. This was our buy zone from gold from last week. All right, let's have a look. 4-hour gold is looking bearish. All right, again, let's find our levels and see what's happening. This is going to be your high up here. And essentially what you're trading right now is yeah, and this is going to be your low up here. On gold. So this is the low time frame range that you're in right now, which is a bearish range. So you want to see how price is reacting from that bearish range, right? You want to draw it up and see what's it doing. Tools. Okay, so yeah, that range looks very bearish to me. So what I would have done if I was, let's say, scalping this bearish range, the first short that I would have taken is from here, from the 0.5. That's what I would usually do. And then I would aim for this low on gold, which essentially is the target right now. So that would have been something that I would play on gold. As a scalp, of course, intraday right now. This is what it looks like to me. What else? Let's see dollar index. Okay, still trading below 100. Not that it really matters what it does anymore. Of course, for forex a little bit more. But let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know. Some might argue that this could be, you know, a reversal structure for dollar index. So, QQQ. QQQ is also at a point of reversal, but it's not breaking. It's holding. Dow Jones. Yeah, lots of gaps that I see. First one up here. Lots of resistance as well, stacked resistance down here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lots of bullish candles. A lot of bullish candles. This is what red flags me. You know what I mean? It's a huge red flag. You can't have 9 consecutive bullish candles on Nasdaq in the environment that we're in right now. This is absolutely impossible. Like that just never happens, you know? It's like, what are we looking at right now? And still, I told you guys, the 20K zone for me it's a massive level. It's a massive level. We're still trading around it, so we might lose it. If we lose it, it's not gonna be very pretty. It's not gonna be very pretty. All right, let's check on our trade. Okay, this is not looking good. Because essentially, if you go from this sweep up here, the trade should have been closed really early. You know, essentially you would have wanted something like this, but then there isn't even an entry. So price could potentially retrace a little bit higher. Let's see if it does that. Because I'm not ready to enter, you know, blindly here on buys. Like, I need a proper retrace to a level, right? It needs to be at least the 12-hour support here. At least 98,828. I'm not ready for anything else before that happens. To be fair with you. ETH is going for the 2,000. So when we looked at it this morning with the Discord community, we said, all right, first target for ETH today here. Smashed, absolutely smashed. Reaching yet again another sell zone. Another sell zone. Right, so we're potentially now looking at this high, which is sitting at 2,000. So we might see 2,000 ETH right now as we speak, right? 2,000 ETH. This is good times. Like, it's not bad. I'm not complaining at all. Right, it's just a time to switch your bias, right? Switch your bias. Switch your bias, because you're chasing now 2,100 ETH, essentially. Bass, I assume based on what you have just said that we need to wait a bit and see what happens now before enthusiastically opening new long position, hoping for a continuation of the upward trend. Yes, 100%. Because don't forget, ETH is it lagged a lot more than Bitcoin, so it's catching up now. That's, you know, that's absolutely fine. But I don't need to remind you what the situation is on Nasdaq, right? I don't need to remind you that we have this liquidity down here on Nasdaq, and this whole area is a sell zone basically. So even if we continue up right now, there is going to be, you know, in my opinion, inevitably some sort of resistance at around the 20,500 on Nasdaq. So are we just going to wick through that area and then go for the low, or are we just going to leave that for later and instead head for the other liquidity on a daily time frame? This is what I want to see, because now it's like the pivotal moment. Which is going to be the first liquidity? Are we going to take the down liquidity, or are we going to take the up liquidity? And this is going to give you that. Mark Bass is here. This is going to give you that confirmation, right? You need to see a break of that level, and then retest of actually this level, because now you want to retest the 20,800, and then only then you would be looking for, I'll be looking for more buys. So even though everything looks quite great at the moment, yeah, I need to keep my stance very, very, I need to be very careful what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if we're gonna have a rejection on Bitcoin, it needs to happen right now, or this is just going to be a stop loss from here, pretty much. Let's look at H bar real quick. Bullish, right? Higher time frame. So I think, yeah, what I'd like to see is a bit of a retrace, right? A bit of a retrace from the sell zone down here to a resistance, trading into the inverted fair value gap. Maybe that's going to be a good entry for continuation long. Never short Bitcoin. But also, if you look at H bar, liquidity, right? So it's just, it's a very, very scary market right now, right? And again, you look at it, you have liquidity on the 12-hour, but you have a daily liquidity to the upside. So which one is it going to be? It looks like market just wants to go up from here. And to be fair, on H bar, we have tapped our zone, right? We have tapped our 0.236, which we know that it's only buys from here. Where we'll be looking to exit around 0.32 on H bar. So essentially, you know, yeah, 74-75% on H bar. And then you'll be like, all right, I need to call it a day, because this is now unsafe zone. From this level here, you know, you're looking to drop down to this level. That's how these things work usually. So what else can we look at? Let's look at SUI. Yes, absolutely exploding, like no retests whatsoever, just hit our buy zone and just explode completely. From here, like, all I can hope for on SUI really is like a retest of the 0.5, because when you have, if this is really going to be bullish, right, and it wants to make new all-time highs, ideally what I need to see is a retest of the $2.8, and that's where I would want to be positioned for some buys. 4-hour time frame still looks bullish, but like, again, liquidity formation here, price could reject from up here and could go back within that range. So yeah, let's see. This is pretty much the zone where Bitcoin needs to reject from, if this is truly, if this leg is true. So yeah. What else? Let's have a look at Dodge. Chart. All right, Dodge. Doge is in a very good position right now, in my opinion. I think this is going to give some substantial returns, actually. Again, small retrace. I'm gonna be looking to re-enter probably somewhere here on a retrace, right? Put the stop loss nicely below that low. You're gonna be looking for some serious gains here, actually, on Doge. Let's evaluate a little bit. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I'd seriously be looking to first take profit at the 0.5, which is going to be actually massive if that happens. 57%. No, that's perfect. Right, you've taken liquidity down here. You've moved through. You have an inversion here, so I'd be looking to enter from around here if that happens. Yes, Kuhn, that's fine. You can leave. I'm gonna go also in a bit, you guys, because today has been like a bit of a tiring day for me. There was meetings and this and that, and it's just a lot, you know, looking for trades for everyone. Yeah, let's see how this works out. I know it looks very, very uncertain, but this should work out really. And then once we come down here, then maybe that's going to be some good buys today. If that happens. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully we're going to have a bit more price data come in that we can actually work with, because I don't see anything else right now but a sell from here to look further to buy more at around 98,828. So let's see, still in this trade. It looks how it looks. It is what it is. That's it. Thank you guys. Love you so much, and thank you so much for being here, and thanks also to Foles that came to our stream. It was just such an honor to have you here. All right, you guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on Discord. Don't forget to try and join Discord. I know the links are not working because Foles said so, so I'll try fix that, because I've noticed that a lot of people could not join that have expressed you know, their interest in joining. So I guess I need to fix that, but yeah, I'll be on it. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you guys.